What if you could trade a $50,000 account without risking $50,000 of your own money? That's exactly what prop firms offer. And for most retail traders watching this course, a prop firm is going to be the fastest and most realistic path to trading real capital. Today, I'm going to explain exactly how they work, what you're actually paying for, and how to pick the right one for your first challenge. Welcome back to From Zero to Funded in 30 Days. This is day 19, and today is where the course transitions from building skills to applying them in the real world. For the last 18 days, you've been learning how to trade, how to read charts, how to identify setups, how to manage risk, how to write a plan. All of that was preparation. Starting today, we're talking about where you actually go to trade with real capital once you're ready. And for the majority of you, that answer is a proprietary trading firm or prop firm. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what a prop firm actually is, how the evaluation process works, what rules you need to follow, what happens when you pass, what to look for when choosing one, and the honest truth about what most beginners get wrong on their first challenge. Let me start with the simplest definition I can give you. A prop firm is a company that gives you access to a funded trading account, real capital, real markets, real fills, in exchange for you proving you can trade profitably without taking excessive risk. You don't put up $50,000. You pay a much smaller fee, usually a few $100s, to take an evaluation. If you pass the evaluation by hitting a profit target while staying within their risk rules, they give you a funded account. You trade it and you split the profits with the firm. That's the core deal. You bring the skill, they bring the capital. You split the upside. Now, why does this model exist? Because the firm makes money when you make money. They're not a charity, they're a business that profits from backing skilled traders. The evaluation fee covers their costs and filters out traders who aren't ready. The funded accounts that survive and generate profit are where the firm actually earns. This is important to understand because a lot of people think prop firms are scams. Some are, and we'll talk about how to spot those. But the legitimate ones are running a straightforward business. Find traders who can manage risk and generate returns, give them capital, and take a cut. It's the same model that hedge funds and trading desks have used for decades, just made accessible to retail traders through online platforms. Here's what the typical evaluation looks like step by step. Step 1. You pick an account size. Most firms offer accounts ranging from $25,000 to $200,000 in simulated buying power. The most common starting size for beginners is $50,000. The evaluation fee scales with the account size. A $50,000 evaluation might cost $200 to $400 depending on the firm. Step 2. You trade the evaluation account. This is a simulated account that mirrors real market conditions. Your fills, your charts, your execution, it all behaves like a live account, but you're not risking the firm's capital yet. You're proving you can trade. Step 3. You hit the profit target. Most firms set a profit target somewhere between 6 and 10% of the account size. On a $50,000 account, that's typically $3,000 to $5,000 in profit. There's usually no time limit on most modern evaluations. You can take as long as you need. Step 4. You don't violate the rules along the way. This is where most people fail. It's not the profit target that stops traders, it's the risk rules. And those rules are what we're going to cover next because they're the single most important thing to understand about prop firm trading. Every prop firm has risk rules, and while the specific numbers vary from firm to firm, the structure is almost always the same. There are 3 rules you need to know. Rule 1, the daily loss limit. This is the maximum amount you can lose in a single trading day. On a typical $50,000 evaluation, the daily loss limit is usually around $1,000 to $2,000. If you hit it, you're done for the day. On some firms, hitting it once fails the entire evaluation. On others, it just locks you out until the next trading day. Either way, this is the rule that catches emotional traders. The ones who lose twice, get angry, size up, and blow through the limit in one revenge trade. Rule 2. The trailing drawdown. This is the maximum total loss from your highest account balance. It's usually around $2,000 to $3,000 on a $50,000 account. Here's the critical part. It trails. That means if you make $2,000 in profit and your account goes to $52,000, your drawdown limit moves up with you. Your new floor is now $49,000 or $50,000 depending on the firm. You can never let the account drop back to where it started. This is the rule that catches traders who size up after a winning streak and then give it all back. Rule 3. The profit target. You need to make a specific dollar amount, usually $3,000 to $5,000 on a $50,000 account, to pass the evaluation. This is the only rule that works in your favor, and it's the least important one to rush. I'll explain why in a minute. Some firms have additional rules: minimum trading days, consistency rules, restrictions on trading during news events, no overnight holds. These vary widely. Always read the full rule set before you start an evaluation. The fine print is where surprises live. When you hit the profit target without violating any rules, the firm moves you to a funded account. Here's what that means. You're now trading real capital, real fills, real markets, real money. The firm provides the capital, you provide the trading. When you make a profit, you keep a percentage of it. The split varies by firm, but the most common is 80-20 or 90-10 in your favor. Some firms offer up to 90%, meaning you keep 90 cents of every dollar of profit. The funded account still has rules, usually a daily loss limit and a trailing drawdown. Similar to the evaluation, but sometimes slightly different. If you violate those rules on the funded account, you lose the account. That's it. You'd need to take a new evaluation to get funded again. Payouts happen on a schedule, usually bi-weekly or monthly, depending on the firm. Most firms require a minimum profit before you can request a payout. Some have a waiting period after your first funded trade before you can withdraw. The key insight is this: once you're funded, your job is not to make money as fast as possible. Your job is to not lose the account while letting your system generate profit over time. That's the exact same principle from day 17. Size down, survive, let the math work. The traders who keep funded accounts for months and years are the ones who trade small and consistent. The traders who lose them in the first week are the ones who sized up trying to hit a big payout fast. There are dozens of prop firms out there, and they are not all the same. Here's what I look for when evaluating a firm, and what I think you should look for on your first challenge. First, reputation. How long has the firm been operating? Do they actually pay their traders? This is the most important question. Go to trading forums, Reddit, Discord communities, and search for real payout proof. If a firm has been around for less than a year and nobody can show a screenshot of a real payout, that's a red flag. Stick with established firms that have a track record of paying traders consistently. Second, the rules. Compare the daily loss limit, trailing drawdown, and profit target across firms. Some firms are significantly more forgiving than others. A firm with a $2,000 daily loss limit and a $2,000 trailing drawdown on a $50,000 account is much tighter than a firm with a $2,500 daily limit and a $3,000 drawdown. Tighter rules mean less room for normal losing streaks. And normal losing streaks happen to every trader, no matter how good they are. Third, the profit split. 80% is standard, 90% is generous. Anything below 80, ask yourself why. Some firms compensate with easier rules or lower evaluation fees, which can be worth it. Fourth, the evaluation cost. This is your actual money at risk. A $200 evaluation fee is not a huge investment, but if you fail 3 or 4 times, that's $600 to $800. Pick a firm where the evaluation fee is reasonable relative to the account size And more importantly, don't start a paid evaluation until you've proven to yourself through paper trading or replay, which we'll cover on day 25, that your system actually works. Fifth, customer support and platform. Can you reach a real person if something goes wrong? Is the trading platform stable? Do they support the broker and data feed you're comfortable with? These feel like minor details until you're in a live trade and something breaks. Let me be real with you about something that most prop firm marketing won't tell you. Most traders fail their first evaluation. That is normal. It does not mean you're a bad trader. It means the evaluation is designed to test discipline under pressure. And pressure is something you can only learn by experiencing it. The evaluation fee is the cost of that experience. Here's what usually happens on a first challenge. The trader starts well, they follow their plan, they make some profit. Then one of two things happens. Either they start sizing up to hit the profit target faster, which increases their risk per trade and eventually triggers the drawdown limit, or they hit a normal losing streak, panic, and start deviating from their plan, which leads to the same result. Both failures trace back to the same root cause: rushing. The trader tried to pass the evaluation in days instead of weeks, and the math punished them for it. The traders who pass on their first or second attempt almost always share the same characteristic: patience. They sized conservatively, they followed their plan. They didn't try to hit the profit target in a week. They traded their process for 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks, letting the winners accumulate gradually. And one day, the account hit the target and they passed. Not because they had a magical winning streak, but because they were sized correctly and the math worked over time. I want you to hold on to something here that I'll come back to at the end. The evaluation is not a test of how fast you can make money. It's a test of how well you manage risk. That distinction changes how you approach the entire experience. Hold that thought. Let me hit the specific mistakes I see beginners make with prop firms so you can avoid every one of them. Mistake 1. Starting a paid evaluation before you're ready. If you haven't paper traded your system for at least 4 weeks with consistent results, you are paying to learn lessons you could have learned for free. Paper trade first. We'll cover this on day 25. Mistake 2. Sizing up to hit the profit target faster. We covered this in day 17, but it's worth repeating in this context. The profit target is not a sprint. It's a destination you arrive at by trading your normal system at your normal size. The moment you increase size to get there faster, you've also increased the speed at which you hit the drawdown limit. Mistake 3. Ignoring the trailing drawdown. This is the rule that kills the most funded traders. You make $3,000 in profit, feel great, and then give back $2,000 on a bad day. Now you're $1,000 from the drawdown limit with only $1,000 in profit to show for it. The trailing drawdown rewards slow, steady growth. It punishes boom and bust trading. Mistake 4. Trading during high impact news when the firm restricts it. Read the rules. Some firms don't allow trading during FOMC, NFP, or CPI releases. If you take a trade during a restricted window, the firm can void it or fail your account entirely. Mistake 5. Choosing a prop firm based on the lowest evaluation fee. The cheapest firm is not always the best firm. A $50 difference in evaluation cost is meaningless if the cheaper firm has tighter rules, worse support, or a history of delayed payouts. Pay for the firm that gives you the best chance to succeed and actually pays when you do. Now, back to what I asked you to hold on to. The evaluation is not a test of how fast you can make money. It's a test of how well you manage risk. Here's why that distinction matters. If you approach the evaluation thinking, I need to make $5,000, your brain starts looking for shortcuts. It starts calculating how many big trades you'd need. It starts justifying larger position sizes. It starts bending the plan towards speed instead of process. And speed in a prop firm evaluation is what gets you killed. But if you approach the evaluation thinking, I need to not violate the rules while trading my normal system, everything changes. You're not trying to win fast. You're trying to survive while your system does what it does. The profit target takes care of itself if your system has positive expectancy, which, if you've done everything in this course correctly, it should. That reframe from make money fast to manage risk and let the system work is the single biggest mental shift between traders who fail evaluations repeatedly and traders who pass. The ones who pass aren't better traders. They're more patient traders, and patience in prop firm trading is the entire edge. Lose small or lose it all. In a prop firm evaluation, that phrase is literally the business model. The firm is testing whether you can lose small. If you can, they give you capital. If you can't, you pay another evaluation fee and try again. Remember what I said at the very start. What if you could trade a $50,000 account without risking $50,000 of your own money? Now you know how. Prop firms are the most accessible path to trading real capital for retail traders, and the evaluation is the gateway. Pick a reputable firm, read the rules, size conservatively, trade your plan. Don't rush the profit target. Let the system work. Tomorrow, day 20, we're going deeper into prop firm rules, the specific rules that trip traders up, how the trailing drawdown actually works with real numbers, and how to structure your trading day so you never accidentally hit a limit. If you're planning to take a prop firm challenge after this course, drop a comment telling me which firm you're looking at and what account size. I want to see where you're starting. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you tomorrow in day 20.